Time to talk about your health. Living a Primal Lifestyle. With your hosts, Nico and Ellen Haan. Now, Nico and Ellen Haan.
Good morning, I'm Nico Haan, and welcome to Living a Primal Lifestyle, where we explore a return to a more balanced and natural wild world.
To recover our natural health and regain our rights and freedoms, and good morning. I'm Ellen Haan.
It's a beautiful day in downtown St. Petersburg. It's 55 degrees, feels like 52, wind out of the northeast at 21 miles an hour. Humidity is 82%, but there's a little chance of rain, about 10%. So
doesn't feel very humid out there at all.
No, it feels really nice. I'd like to remind you, folks, of the Primal Edge, our
one-shot wonder.
One-shot wonder here. Over 310 organic cell-ready liquid ingredients delivered to your door every month by subscription, $89. And it's all powered by fulvic and humic acid, which are nature's preferred delivery system. It gets the good stuff in,
lets the bad stuff out.
And the second thing is our newsletter, Health Signals, and it comes out on the 1st and the 15th of every month and talks about the things that we talked about in the past few shows. So you can pick that up and you can follow along and do your own research.
Phone number?
Phone number is 877-927-6648. And I'd like to start today with, last week we were talking about diets, the history of diets, and I ran across this article, There's No Reason to Eat 3 Meals a Day. And this was written by Amanda Mull of The Atlantic, and she states that if the pandemic has thrown your eating habits into chaos, you're not alone, and you're probably doing just fine.
Yeah. And, the pandemic really did disrupt our normal rhythms of things. And we eat 3 meals a day, and you stop on the way home from work and pick something up. Or you go out to lunch with some of your coworkers, or you meet friends for lunch. You have breakfast before you leave the house in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And when everybody started working from home, and the restaurants closed initially, and everything, you couldn't do the takeout and delivery that's now is available.
Right, yeah.
It really changed and created some significant challenges for people regarding how often they ate, what they ate.
Yeah, and Amanda says here the first 34 years of her life, I always ate 3 meals a day, never thought much about it. Routine was satisfying, it fits easy into my lifestyle, and eating 3 meals a day is just what Americans generally do. But by the end of the summer, and this was last summer, those decades of habit began to erode, and the time blindness of working from home and having no special social plans left me with no reason to plod over to the refrigerator at any specific hours. She's lucky. A lot of people have that pull to the refrigerator all the time and eating more.
I think part of it is boredom, and part of it is just kind of nervousness, and you get up from your seat and you find yourself wandering around and get to the refrigerator somehow. It's I like the expression time blindness, because when you're not sitting in an office and watching the clock, the time goes by at quite a different pace.
Yeah.
And, often I'll find myself looking up and saying, oh, it's 1:15. I'm not the slightest bit hungry, but I think I'll have a cup of coffee or something.
Sometimes I feel everything goes so slowly, and then other times it just flies by and you never really know. I guess if you just pay attention to the clock, then of course it probably goes slow. Yeah. What she started to do is have this concept of a big meal, and it sounds exactly like it is, a meal that's large. Instead of having 3 meals a day, you have one large meal. And for her, it was a big meal. It could have been anything, but typically late in the afternoon. But sometimes it's at breakfast, she said.
Yeah, I guess it's just a matter of when you actually feel like eating it. Now, eating is part of survival. But it's also, again, as we've talked about in the past, a comfort.
It's a social thing, for sure.
Or it could be a reaction to stress. And certainly it's not normal what's going on compared to your whole lifetime of training and habits.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of times when I'm alone, too, I find myself, and this was more in the past than it is now, like when we first got married, those first 10 years, you were traveling quite a bit. I was traveling quite a bit. So we were alone a lot of the time, and I found myself just doing mindless eating sometimes.
And the ice cream always disappears.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, I've always been real attentive on what I eat specifically, but when you go through these types of things and you're automatic, then you're going to eat whatever's there.
Well,
and it's usually carbohydrates or something that
or something sweet. I think part of it is we're so trained. We're like Pavlov's dog. It's noon. Must be time to eat.
Right.
It's 10 to 12. I'm getting hungry. You're not really I found myself, at just like you did, lunch is no longer something that I eat because I'm just simply not hungry. And I don't think about it. And I continue working. And I have my schedule and my pattern and my habit. And I'm just not hungry. Yeah. And if I were hungry, I could have a little snack if I wanted to, but I'm just...
No, we didn't change our habits because of the pandemic. We had changed them a couple of years ago to eating just 2 meals a day.
Yeah, and again, it was because we weren't hungry at lunchtime.
Our habits had changed. We're eating a lot more fat, so we're a lot more satisfied. Mm-hmm. We have much less carbohydrates, which means we don't get our sugar spiked, and then the sugar doesn't go down.
We don't crash.
So it's nice even, and that compelled us just to say, hey, let's just cut out lunch and see what happens, and what happened was really nothing.
I didn't even think about it, really. No. I didn't consciously make a decision to cut out lunch. I just sort of stopped eating lunch, and it was easier, too, because I don't have to stop and rack my brain. Well, what am I going to have for lunch?
Yeah. And it was strictly, I felt, out of habit that we did the lunch, and it was really easy for us because, we weren't hungry really at lunch. It was just a matter of time. This is the time to eat. Everybody does it, so let's do it. And we stopped it, and now I just have breakfast. We just have dinner, and you do the same thing. I have mine pretty early, about 12 hours apart. Yeah. And that's very satisfying to me, and I don't get hungry in between, so that's the cool part.
Yeah.
But the pandemic is probably a good opportunity maybe to start looking at this and maybe switching to something much more healthy than eating. The next article we're going to go into is an article about how often really should we eat, and that's the question I think that a lot of people are contemplating now. Do we, because there are things like eating 6 times a day, having snacks in between to keep your glucose level high and things like that. So I really want to go into that part. But at the end of this, she says,
way before you get to the end here, we got the 3 meals a day might at first seem unnatural, but according to human history, that eating schedule is both extremely recent and most entirely of social convenience. Mm-hmm. So it was, and again, as we talked about last week briefly, because of industrialization, people got up early, they ate a little something. By noon, they needed something to sustain them through the afternoon until they could get off work and get dinner.
Yeah, it's largely a consequence of industrialization, which formalized the workday and drew much of the population away from home on a regular basis.
Yeah, so, and it points out that the pre-industrial America was more rural and agrarian.
Yep.
So let's pick this up when we come back from the break.
We'll be right back, folks. Stick around.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, just $89, exclusively at TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
And we're back. We're talking about how the changes in our the quarantines and working from home and schooling from home and so on has changed the need for food, the timing of the food, the frequency of the food, and the type of the food.
Yeah.
And really what it comes down to is people get very stressed out if their eating habits change, if they gain a couple of pounds or things like that, but it's kind of normal to fluctuate in your weight. You don't stay exactly the same weight all the time, and sometimes you're up a little, sometimes you're down a little. And the bottom line is to see how you feel, and if you feel good, to understand that this change has been something that's good for your system.
Right. Yeah. This next article that I've got here is asked the question simply, how often should you eat? And this is by K Nutrition, Stephanie K. And, there's a lot of conflicting advice on the optimal meal timing and how often you should do it. Should you eat often? Should you eat more often, less often, mini meals, larger meals? It's all confusing.
We remember that whole trend of, it's best to eat 6 small meals a day.
Right. And they talk about that in here. And the confusion about meal frequency was brought about on the theory that eating multiple mini meals per day can boost your metabolism and therefore support weight loss and weight management. The theory was thought to be true given the natural process of digestion raises the body's metabolism slightly.
So they thought they would burn calories.
Yeah, but eating smaller meals more frequently actually increases the metabolic rate is largely overstated.
Metabolic rate.
Metabolic rate, yes. Although it's true that digestion does raise the metabolism, the total energy or calories burned through digestion is so minimal that it has little impact on the body. Instead, the amount of food consumed determines.
Yeah, it's how much you eat.
Yeah, it's how much you eat, but it's also, we know that it's what you're satisfied with eating. Mm-hmm. And if you're not satisfied, if your body is craving other things because it doesn't have the satisfaction, and what are the things that satisfy us? Well, we know sugar does. Mm-hmm. Because we're always pulled to that, but it doesn't last very long. It's kind of like the paper. If you light a paper up, it goes away fast, but if you have that log, like a big chunk of fat, then that burns very slowly, and that's where we're at. Well, because of the way we're eating, and we're eating a heck of a lot more fat than we used to. We used to think that we're eating 30 to 40, or maybe as high as 50%, and we thought, oh my goodness, low fat was really the key for the last 50 or 60 years before the paleo diet came about, or the low carbohydrate types of diets.
It's kind of annoying and scary.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Sorry about that.
Siri. There are so many diets, and every few years it seems like the diet environment changes. You don't know what to think. And that's why it's so important to do your own research and also to monitor your own body, how you feel, because that's really the key. And when we say fat, people think of some, I don't know what, who knows, but negative connotations.
Right. Well, it's been vilified for years.
We're talking about the actual natural fat that occurs in animal products
and maybe
and
some vegetables,
oils and so on, and those are the kinds of fats that we're talking about. And if we're talking about
healthy fats now.
Healthy fats,
sure.
And that's what makes you feel. That's the sustaining, keeping you from becoming hungry. And satisfying, very satisfying.
Well, remember, in the primitive world, there were really no carbohydrates except the plants, and they weren't not refined. They weren't in boxes. They weren't easy to get, and they were very bitter, so you didn't eat a lot of them. So the natural compulsion is to eat the other stuff. You eat the animals because that's very satisfying. It's a big kill. Boy, you have one big meal, you're satisfied, and maybe that thing will last you the week. Who knows? But if you're just foraging for plants, then these things do impact you different. They ask a question here, what about snacking? Can or should you snack between meals? It's the answer. It really depends on the snacks you choose, I presume, because naturally, if you're talking snacks, then right away I think of a Snickers bar or something like that.
Not me.
No, I know. No, that's not what I do, but that's what I think of.
But I don't well, in my house, we didn't have a lot of candy in the house to begin with.
And
part of it was just a matter of essentials versus non-essentials, and having the money to do what you needed to do and have enough food, kind of thing.
And we didn't have sodas in our house either. I don't know if you did or not.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No.
And that's a big thing, because if you have sodas in the house, then you're going to drink those things. I remember the first time I had a soda was at the YMCA in Sudbury, Ontario, and it was a nickel. And you got this little small fat bottle.
And it was a bottle, glass bottle.
And it was fabulous, of course. Yeah, if you don't have something like that, that's a real thing. So every time you're at the YMCA, you pull out one of those things. So those are habit-forming things that really impact your life if you start going down and bringing these things home. I think that's where the problems begin.
Once it's in the house, it's so easy. There are some things that we keep in the house. We have some like tortilla chips or blue corn chips. We don't even eat them once a week.
No, very seldom,
just
but once in a while.
Every once in a while, and in moderation. Maybe on a Saturday night when we're just having a casual dinner with some leftovers.
They might have some wine with it, and that spurs that on too.
Yeah,
in a sense.
But there are a lot of people that once that's in the house, forget it. They're going to sit down and eat the whole bag just at one sitting. And so that's, if you don't keep it in the house, you're not tempted to eat it. So, and we have almond milk-based ice cream, but we don't even eat that once a week either.
No, which is good. So the next question on here is, should you skip meals? Breakfast, we were told, was the most important meal of the day. Skipping meals can cause weight gain, so the saying goes. And skipping meals puts your body into a starvation mode. Yeah. We've always heard those lines before, but is it true?
Nope.
Well, some of it is, depending on what you eat.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. So if you're eating a high-carbohydrate diet, then your breakfast only lasts for a couple hours, and your sugar goes down, and you start craving other things. So then the snack comes in. And then the lunch comes in, and then maybe another snack comes in, and then you're at dinner. So consuming all those things in between breakfast and dinner, that's a lot of calories, and usually the choices aren't wise.
Right.
And it states that in here.
And it's interesting because it says, you can get statistics to prove anything you want. So the statistics show that people who are obese often are people who skip breakfast. But the problem is not the fact that they skipped breakfast. It was the fact that maybe they eat more processed food. Maybe they eat more carbohydrates and more fats, unhealthy fats, a lot of sugar, drink sodas. and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and part of the fact, I think, too, if they're obese, that means probably they ate before they went to bed, and that was digesting through the night very slowly, but when they get up, it kicks more in, and so you're still digesting food, and maybe you don't feel like eating, and then you say, oh, my God, what did I do last night? I better not eat this morning. So the cycle kind of starts, and then you start the whole cycle over again because you're starving by the time you do get to it.
Yeah, and as long as the total food volume is controlled, that seems to be. It doesn't matter if you skip meals.
Yeah, and he says the fact of the matter is what you eat and why you eat is more important than when you eat. The foundation of any good diet comes to the quality of the food that you eat, much less that you do with it.
To do with when you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and interestingly, the what you eat and why you eat, we don't think about that.
We're on a break.
Oh, all right.
We'll be right back, folks.
You've heard Nico Haan as co-host of Living a Primal Lifestyle, which airs every Friday at noon Eastern Time on TFNN, and would like to tell you about the personal training studio that Nico is the owner and president of, Performance Training. Since 1998, Nico has trained individuals and groups to improve their health both mentally and physically. As a certified personal trainer, Nico's main focus is on demonstrating exercises correctly to avoid injury and teaching his clients how to manage their past injuries while getting the most out of their personal training sessions. The Performance Training Studio is filled with unique training equipment that enhances balanced results at a faster rate while minimizing damage and discomfort. For more information, you can give Nico a call at 727-418-8740 or email him at nico@tfnn.com. Let him know you heard him on TFNN and save up to $100 on a special package just for TFNN listeners. Act today. If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Finishing up on this article real quickly, I think it's important that the sentence that says, what you eat and why you eat is much more important than when you eat. And I think that all comes down to the reasons why we eat and the emotional satisfaction or the stress or the hunger, and that we need to be in touch with that and understand that eating is more a function of when you're hungry.
Yeah, instead of compulsion to eat, or just go with the norm, This next article that we have here, in fact, eating frequency, weight loss. Oops, that's a different one. Longevity and why I eat once a day. And this was written by Joseph, who is on the lifeforbusypeople.com. I thought this was an interesting article. He says Homo sapiens emerged around 200,000 years ago, and for the majority of the time, the food environment could not be anything like today's food environment. Agriculture didn't exist for a good 190,000 years of that time. Not even fruits and vegetables we have today have been similar, and we haven't cultivated them to our liking yet. And that's what I was saying before. It's not like today with all these carbohydrates that have been sweetened up over the generations and a lot of new foods. Remember last week we talked about Kellogg. He found some stale maize and then extruded it through a pressing device and made a Kellogg cornflakes. And he thought this was the greatest thing in the world. Made him lots of money, but not necessarily something that might be good.
Stale maize.
Yeah. So the way of eating, what way of eating did we really adapt to? Well, if we were hunter and gatherers, we went with the kill, and we ate when we were on the road a lot of the times, or we brought it back to the village, and everybody had a big meal. And usually, I believe that indications were that the hunters ate along the way, and they brought things back, and then everybody sat around the campfire, and that's my vision of it too.
yeah, and it had to do with when the food was available, and in season, and also available to catch or to gather, and so they ate definitely more seasonally.
Yeah,
and I think that's part of a healthy diet is to. As we've said in the past, today food comes in from all over the world, so you can get anything you want all year long. Yeah,
and we've been stressing that eating seasonally and eating from your local area is a much better way of doing it. It's always nice to sample things from different areas, but I think it would be much nicer if you traveled to an area and then experience that. Go to Italy and experience how these people eat in Italy and in Holland and things like that. So,
and that brings up a point of, where your ancestry is from is the kind of food you're adapted to.
Definitely.
So you talk all the time about that, being from Dutch ancestry, that you have
lots of Gouda cheese and lots of sour things and lots of sausages and things like that. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Where did the 3 meals a day come from? Well, we kind of covered that because in the Middle Ages it really kind of started when people were starting to work into factories and things like that.
At the Middle Ages, the Industrial Revolution.
After the Revolution. But people were, out in the fields working for the king or the person who was in charge of the region, the landowners and things like that. I think in the hunter and gatherer society, it's the environment that determines that. Our environment kind of is determining that now because the environment is mostly fake and people are sending us stuff and we can get anything we want. So if we have certain cravings, it can be at your door the next day pretty much. But it's really how the body works, and this article explains that he started doing 1 meal a day because of health and longevity. He was interested into why people were living longer, and he found out that people who live longer eat less. And we have a lot of scientific information, as a matter of fact, that this is true, that if you are slim into your later life and you're relatively active and you don't go towards the carbohydrates as much but eat some healthy fat and things like that, you are going to live longer. So, the thing is after you eat some carbohydrate-based food, whether it's just bread, pasta, or potatoes, or even candy, glucose enters your bloodstream and then starts to do its work. It's supplying you with fuel but there is so much fuel there that it has to do away with it, which is the only way we can do it is store it.
Or store.
Yeah, and we store it in our fat cells, but if you don't, what if the fat cells are already full? What happens then? It goes into your liver and your other organs and maybe into your muscles even. So there's the danger there. So eating less frequency, stops this whole process, depending on what you eat, of course.
Yeah.
So now if you're eating a nice, satisfying meal, this morning I had a couple of eggs and I had a little sausage, and I'm probably good to go till 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and I could even go longer because I'm not really that hungry at that time, but I can eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this article talks about ketosis also,
Yes.
which you've...
Ketosis to the rescue, in fact. He talks about there's another other source of energy in your body that's much more stable than glucose, and of course that is the ketones or fat. And we've talked many times about this. We've heard that the ketosis state refers as the starvation mode. And there's a lot of controversy about this, that when you're in a starvation mode, your body keeps everything. But the ketones actually don't put you in starvation mode. They actually feed you. So there's no danger there as long as you're eating some fat. And in fact, one of the biohacks that the Bulletproof guy came up with is because he went to a place up high in the Himalayas where they were eating yak butter in their coffee. In fact, it was in their tea. This is how he came up with, and this is why I use butter, unsalted butter in my drink, because it gives me that extra fat during the day. So
Bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, bulletproof coffee. So I think it's a good thing. The benefits of what they call, and what we're really talking about now, if you're not going to eat so much, now you're fasting for a longer time.
And fasting just means you're not eating.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're not taking in nutrients, and it doesn't mean that you never eat, and it doesn't mean it goes on for days and days. It just means that how much time is there between the time that you consume food, and then if you eat breakfast and then you don't eat again, maybe you have a little snack or something, or you don't eat at all until dinner time. That's technically fasting because you didn't eat. Yeah.
And there's an interesting thing here that David Sinclair and other doctors and the professors have talked about, is that when your body has digested all your food, which takes usually a couple hours, sometimes longer depending on what you eat, then your body has nothing to do and it goes into a repair mode. So now your body has its ability to repair your skin, your hair, your teeth, your eyes, everything that goes on in your body. But while it's digesting, it doesn't do that. And this is the danger of eating late. Where you're sleeping, you don't get that repair going on. But this is one of the reasons that we went to twice a day, is to get that 8 to 12 hour window of not eating. We know out of that 8 to 12 hours, maybe 6 to 10 of those are your stomach's empty, and now your body can go into a repair mode, pay much more attention to your health, which means longevity in the long run.
That's where your amino acids come in.
Yeah. So when we get back, we'll talk about fasting a little bit. Stick around, folks. We got a lot more.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And welcome back. So now the next article is 6 popular ways to do intermittent fasting.
What is intermittent fasting?
It's really become a health trend in a sense. It claims to cause weight loss, improve metabolic health, and even extend your lifespan. Oh. And there's several different methods. Every method can be effective, but you have to kind of try them and see which one it is.
All right, wait. So
intermittent fasting is not eating for a certain period of time.
Each day?
Each day,
okay.
Or maybe you're picking, like I do, fasting on Wednesday usually. Mm-hmm. So this first one, and they got a nice little chart here, 16-8 method. And this is going for 16 hours of restricting your intake, and then in an 8-hour span, you'll do your meals. And this one here, you're eating at noon and you're eating at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and also they recommend that they say men 14 to 16 hours between your meal span.
Yeah, and
women should be slightly lower, 14 to 15.
Each day you'll restrict your eating to a 8 or 10 hour window during which you fit 2 or 3 meals or more.
And in this particular example, they talk about you eat your last meal by 8 p.m. and don't eat until noon the next day, so you skip breakfast.
Yeah, so that's the 16 hours they were talking about.
Now, if you eat earlier, then...
Well, you just...
Like if we eat at 4 o'clock for dinner, and then by the time... Well, for me, when I eat breakfast, it's usually a little before 9. And so that gives me my span.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is called the 5-2 diet. And here we have a chart for that one. I don't know where the chart went for that.
There it is. No, it doesn't have... That one doesn't have a chart.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one says 5 days a week you eat normally, and then you restrict your calorie intake to 500 to 600 calories 2 days of the week.
Yeah. Okay, so you might do this every day except Monday and Thursdays. For those 2 days, you eat 2 small meals, 250 calories for women and 300 for men. So that's another way of doing it. Third one is eat, stop, and eat. So this is actually just eating one day normally, and then the next day you fast for 24 hours. That's a good way of doing it. And this person...
Well, this is 2 days of not eating within a 7-day period spread out.
Right. Yeah. So Eat, Stop, Eat is an intermittent fasting program with 1 or 2 24-hour fasts per week. And then there's the next one, which is a little more extreme.
Well, one second. During that time, they do, in that particular diet, they say water, coffee, and 0-calorie beverages would be still consumed.
Right.
Because you don't want to get dehydrated.
A lot of these diets, you can drink water or something else. And so this next one's alternate days fasting. So one day you eat normally, the next day you go on to a fast.
Or you eat only a few hundred calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Either by not eating anything or only eating a few hundred calories, they say. So if you're not completely into going full bore, you can still have some small little bits.
and again, pick what you eat, you know.
Yeah. Number 5 is called the Warrior Diet. And this was popularized by a fitness expert, Ori Hofmeckler. Involves eating small amounts of raw fruits and vegetables during the day and then eating one huge meal at night.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't work for me because, what wouldn't work for me would be eating a huge meal at night before I go to bed. That's what we were just talking about.
And the author here stresses that the Warrior Diet is one of the most important and includes the intermittent fasting, but they said that the food choices are similar to the paleo diet. And I would think that if you're fasting, that you already have discovered that the paleo diet or something similar, like the ketone diet or the warrior diet or the carnivore diet, is something you're already on, because you're doing that for health reasons too. And this will lead you into saying, hey, intermittent fasting has been proven to extend life. It is good for your digestive system to rest. This is where the repair gets done. So all of it makes a lot of sense. And then the last one on here is talking about skipping a meal completely.
Spontaneous meal skipping.
Yeah.
So,
and this is probably more natural than if you were living in the wild, you would automatically skip a meal here and there because food
wasn't available.
Yeah, you didn't catch it that day, that type of thing. If you were smart, you have a fallback, some other type of food back at the cabin, hopefully.
Well, and again, they talk about eating healthy foods when you do eating foods that are whole foods and non-processed foods and foods that are more organic and natural and nutrient dense. What do you call it? Nutrient dense and
like I said, I think if you're looking at fasting to put that into your lifestyle, you've already gone into the health realm, saying, okay, I'm going to eat healthy, and here's how I'm going to do it. So you've already, I think, established yourself that you're going to do this for health reasons. Not because it's a trend, not because my buddies are doing it. You say, okay, I know I've eaten this way for a couple of years. It's working for me. I don't get hungry anymore. Let me see if I can push the limit a little bit more and get more into the health. And, this news thing is in the news all the time. People are talking about skipping meals and things like that. And there's people, what we've heard before for the last 50 years, you skip a meal, it's dangerous. Your most important meal is this one, that type of things. Some people believe it may not be as beneficial for women as men. I don't agree with that. I think your hormones kick into place a lot better if you have some kind of fasting. I think it resets the clock for many things, not just your weight loss and not just the feeling good, and it's not just that your body is now repairing things. I think it's resetting things in a way because it has time to. It has time to figure, if you're in a repairing mode, think of a carpenter. He looks at things, he says, well, this needs it here and this needs it here. And I think your body intuitively does that. It says, okay, this is where the attention should be.
And don't call it meal skipping because, it's not a matter of that meal is not critical and it's not required and it's not mandated, It's more eat when you're hungry, eat when it's appropriate for you to eat in terms of when your energy level's low and when you just feel the need for a little extra fat in your diet or whatever.
And like I said, you've already, I think, discovered the way of eating that's good, because if you're going to go into this and have the normal type of diet that the normal American has or the normal Canadian or Western diet type of thing, I think you're going to get hungry. And it's not going to be good for you. And I remember those times when we were driving the car and I got hungry and I was nasty because that's what happens to me.
Luckily, I wasn't armed.
That's right. So discovering, a way to eat and then going into this is a very good thing.
Well, it's a matter of trying to figure out how to get your nutrition in a manner that is almost time release. That it lasts longer and it's satisfying, and you don't feel a desperate need to eat, and it doesn't become all consuming, and that really touches on people who are overweight or who have eating disorders and that kind of thing. Giving them a chance to think about food in a different way, and even keep track of when you're eating and what you're eating and so on. I mean, it helps you. It enables you to still focus on it without being consumed by it.
Yeah. We'll be right back, folks. Stick around.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks!
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
So welcome back. So this last segment, we're going to talk about dry fasting, which wasn't mentioned in that last article. So what is dry fasting?
Oh, as it sounds, it's literally no liquid, no water, during the time that you're taking no food.
So it's a more advanced fasting method, and only people who have previous experience with normal fast should attempt that, it says here. It can be easier to undertake if you're on a ketogenic or paleo type of diet, because then you don't have the hunger pains.
Yeah, but it's interesting to me because...
and this is the type of fasting that I do. When I do my fast on Wednesday morning, I don't drink anything until in the evening. And so I have from about, say, 5 o'clock until about 5 o'clock the next day. So it's a 24-hour fast for me, which is a real convenient way of doing it. And I'm still eating that day. So I kind of like it, and I've been doing it for quite a while, and it suits me really good. And I haven't noticed any change in weight loss or anything like that, only energy, and I feel that the repair is much better. I feel things are able to repair really good on a dry fast, and that's the thing behind it. Your body doesn't have anything to digest, not even water.
Yeah, and it's interesting because dry fasting is a component of a number of all the major religions, kind of, and it's done. Now, in Judaism, it's Yom Kippur, which is a 24-hour period, and it is a true dry fast, in which you don't take liquid. But certainly you're told if you have any kind of a health condition or if you have any need, take a few sips of water periodically and it's, won't be a big deal. Christianity is during Lent and Advent. Mormonism, one Sunday of each month. Yeah. Buddhism, fasting is dry fast to aid meditation. Jainism, to reach transcendence. And in Islam, during Ramadan, which is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, there's a total fast during daylight hours. And they don't eat or drink during daylight hours for an entire month. Yep. Then they will eat after
and there's a couple of methods they mention here. One is a 24-hour method, and one is a 16-8 method. So this will be in the Health Signals newsletter. I invite you to try some of these things. I think they're very good, and I certainly have done that.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we'll see you next week.
Thanks for sticking around.
Have a good week. Bye-bye. Be well.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you grinding in the market but seeing little to no return? Or are you a successful trader simply looking to make his job a little easier? Learn to take the path of least resistance with David White's powerful trading newsletter. David White is an accomplished trader whose deep understanding of technology and the markets allows him to consistently find and share winning trades. Support and resistance define the ranges in which stocks trade. By understanding these trading ranges, David White is able to find the path of least resistance. David White's trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, is delivered daily before the markets open to make every trading day an easy win. Visit TFNN.com today and subscribe to David White's Ultimate Trading Newsletter for $119 a month and try all of our newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Take the path of least resistance at TFNN, educating investors.
This is TFNN, the Tiger Financial News Network. TFNN Headline News Update.
Welcome, folks. We had the Dow. Dow Industrials closed up 305. NASDAQ is down 310. S&P's off 19. You had a fast sell coming into this close, folks. No doubt about that. Gold contract down $21, trading at $16.77 an ounce. You had silver flat, $25.24 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $1.39, $64.70 a barrel. Notes and bonds. 10-year note down 16 ticks, 132.30. 30-year off 21 at 158.03 in King Dollar. King Dollar up 438 ticks, trading out at 92.415. Euro at 118. Yen is at 108.91. The British pound's at 138 to 1 U.S. dollar. We get over and take a look at the S&P first. What you're going to see out here, folks, SPY trading up into a higher high. Couldn't hold price with lighter volume. What that does, folks, is going to send us down to the lows that were established out here last Thursday. Right now, the SPY's at 381.72. 371 is the number there. I expect we're going to be down to 371, somewhere around 364. 364 to 371. You're going to flip into consolidation down here, because what we're going to have here is that last Thursday and Friday, you come down hard and fast with volume. Well, Thursday, you come down hard with volume. Friday, you come down hard with volume, reject lower price, go higher. Today, we get to a higher high, give it up on price, have a contraction. That sends it right back down to the other side. NDX 100. Now, this is the weakest indice. What you have with the NDX 100 down $8.74. That also got to a higher high. Couldn't hold price. Now, the NDX, folks, I expect is going to give us the first signal that we're actually in a consolidation, because the NDX moves so quick. I suspect we're going to see this tomorrow, man. And we know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is a Tuesday. And I don't know who coined the term turnaround Tuesday. But I'd be looking for some action out here tomorrow. Because what you're going to have is this. We're going to go hammering after these lows tomorrow. The real kicker is going to be, do you get the expansion of volume as you are hammering out these lows? And if you do not get the expansion of volume as you're hammering out those lows, that flips it into a whole consolidation. That's how this whole baby's set up. And we're just at a point that everyone's on edge, you know? I think consolidation's coming at us. Have a great night, folks. Have a safe night. Look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Golden ratios give shape to everything in our world, represented in the Fibonacci sequence. These special numbers define the patterns that make up our universe. Not even markets can escape the omnipotence of these ratios. Larry Pesavento is a 45-year market veteran. who has published nearly a dozen books on the powerful patterns we find in nature and their relationships with the ever-elusive markets. Larry's newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7, will teach you to harness the power of these natural golden ratios in order to create successful trades. Fibonacci 24/7 is designed to teach the tools you need to identify and act on these undeniable and reoccurring patterns. Sign up for Larry's newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7, and you will also receive free access to his trading webinar, Trading Strong Trending Markets. Try out Larry's newsletter risk-free. All of TFNN's newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to our man Al in Homosassa. What's going on, brother?
Isn't it wonderful? I went ahead and invested in your Tiger dollars, and I went ahead and got the gold report for a year, and also your morning, your call letter and stuff like that. And I got over a 50% return in one day, not counting everything else. But I just want to thank you. Tom's not perfect, but he tells you how to put your stops in, and he keeps your losses small. You can take your small losses, but then all of a sudden you'll be like Babe Ruth, and you'll hit a home run. I mean, a big home run.
Yeah.
And put the money in your pocket.
Okay, brother. You're awesome, man. Thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everyone has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 425. NASDAQ is down 245. S&P's flat. Gold contract down $17.50, trading at $16.81 an ounce. You get silver flat, $25.24 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.26, $64.83 a barrel. Notes and bonds. We have the 10-year down 15 at 132.31, 30-year at 158.09, and King Dollar. King Dollar's up at 379 ticks, trading 92.356. The euro is at 118, the yen is at 108.87, the British pound's at 138 to $1 US. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, it's going to get really interesting here. We're watching this whole thing shake out, folks. So, SPY right now trading flat, down 29 cents actually. Came down hard last Thursday. Came off the highs. We get down to the 371 area. Now, when you look at the 371 area, folks, okay, you can actually bring the SPY all the way back to basically December. I suspect that this is going to be pretty close to the bottom of the consolidation that I think we've just flipped into. I suspect the SPY could get into, well, let's see, we got a 368 to 364. That's kind of what I'm looking at out here. What you're going to have out here today is that the SPY is going to fail on price and volume today. That is saying that, okay, guess what? Next couple of days, we're going to try to make our way down to the lower end of the consolidation. In this particular case, the first price target would be the 371. We go into the NDX 100. We take a look at the NDX 100, which is the weakest index out here. Most valued, largest, and weakest index. Couldn't hold price out here today. The Qs came down hard. They come down off their highs of this $338. You're 301. The Qs basically have come all the way back to the October of 2020 area. And we'll see how it's going to basically play out at that area, at that high volume low. We have a high volume low from Friday. Bottom line, I expect number one, that's going to get hit, and number two, that it will basically dig in only a few more points. I'm not looking for this thing to really get a lot lower. When I say not a lot lower, like the Qs can get to about 285, and right now you're at 301. Going to be really intriguing watching this whole thing shake out. The IWM, we take a look at the small caps out here. Inside the small caps, that's going to be a major failure out here today. You're up 83 cents, but this thing looks like it's going to fail. That being said, the IWM is game. We're at 218 on the IWM, 197 is game. Now, let's look at the divergence. The divergence is that you're going to go over to the Dow Industrials. We hit a new all-time high out here today, and you are going to have a failure on price and volume. We get to a price point today of $32,148. Right now, you're at $31,909. And the bottom of the consolidation, now watch how this shakes out. The bottom of the consolidation inside of the Dow Industrials wouldn't be the low that was established last Thursday. That would be the low that was established out here in January. And when you take a look at that, we start talking about 29,900, which actually brings you back to the highs that were established out here in November of 2020. It's going to get really intriguing. When you take a look at this market, what you have is that we came off the highs. You came down hard and fast. You did a nice pop on Friday. Dow goes to a high. Two other indices get higher, reject higher price, want lower price. That flips you into consolidation. When I take a look at that, and then, well, here, there's one part of it. Now let's go to the next part of it. The next part of it is going to be the note and bond market. So first we go to the 10-year Treasury. So watch how this is shaking out right now. Where on the June contract, you get the 10-year down 16 ticks right now. You are hammering this bottom, and your volume has got exponentially lighter. I mean, in a monster way. Your first downdraft out here on this had the 600,000 contracts traded. We get into that with 500,000 contracts. Now you're dealing with 314,000 contracts. Okay, you're going to need a lot more contract volume in order to bust that thing into lower price. We go take a look at the 30-year bond. 30-year, same type of setup. Right now, the 30-year is down 15 ticks also. The first leg down, fast and furious. No doubt this bond market was fast and furious on the way down. It's always fast and furious on the way down. The thing that blows my mind sometimes about when you hear the fastness of the move, meaning in the markets in general. Okay, but let's just talk about the bond market for a second. You hear the fastness of the move, meaning that yields always go higher. What happens in markets, folks, okay? Markets, and this is just about every market that you want to trade. Markets crawl on the way up. You know, you get some signs of strength, but they crawl on the way up. When markets turn, that's where that whole elevator shaft comes in. I've never seen a market, I don't know, but never, but let's say 90%. I've never seen markets come down slow. When markets turn, right, they drop, boom. And I'm talking about any type of market. I don't care what you're trading. You could be trading tea leaves, okay? The bottom line, whether it's real estate, whether it's cars, when things happen, they happen. 30-year right now, you can see very light volume. Hasn't rejected lower price yet, but I expect that's exactly what we're going to have. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 394. You got the Nasdaq down 273. S&Ps are off 7.5. Let's get over and take a look at this gold market. Okay, so gold out here. Okay, it's banging out its bottom once again. Okay, we got down to 1676. We have volume out here today of 53,000. Now you can see the contraction of volume, folks, out here today is pretty dramatic. There we go. That's what we needed. The real kicker is going to be, okay, can the equities basically get off the lows, because the equities right now are basically leading the metal itself. We go look at the GDX, what you're going to see out here for 5 days, you've been going sideways inside the GDX. If we go into the XAU, we take a look at the XAU, the HUI, you can see both of those had rejected lower price on Friday, had volume behind the move. Okay? Now, silver. We go take a look at the silver market, what you have inside the silver market also is the bottom line is that silver came back to its breakout area, did it with lighter volume, rejected lower price, hanging out at that area. We go back and we take a look at some of the silver stocks. You're going to still see that the silver stocks also basically are coming off the lows. They have some juice that are coming off the lows. They didn't get to the lower end of the consolidation. That's saying it wants to go to higher price. Okay. So that's one side of the equation. The second side of the equation gets a lot harder. And with the second meaning, not harder, meaning that, I'm sitting there saying that I think the gold and silver equities are going to go higher. And then, the bottom line is that you have the dollar that's up 411 ticks. Now, this is a monster move, folks, okay? The bottom line is that it's taken the dollar a long time to get traction, but it's definitely got traction. You're talking about, this is the third day that we have a wide price spread in the dollar. So that's saying that the dollar absolutely can not only get through ICE. So ICE is set up on the dollar, folks, at 92,400, kind of where we are right now. That looks to me like, number one, you're going to get there. The real question is going to be, when we get there, which we're right next to it, how much flack there's going to be. And we're going to know that in the next few days. That's how this baby is set up right now. What you are going to see is that because of the dollar, if we go over to the rand, you're going to see that the South African equities, they are basically moving, because what has happened once again is that the rand dollar is getting much weaker against the U.S. dollar. And what that means, of course, is that the Anglo Gold, you get that up 48 cents. You get GFI, that little baby is up 10 cents. You get Harmony, that baby is trading up. It's only trading up 5 cents. But the bottom line is a lot of moving pieces inside that metals market. I like how it's setting up right now. That's the real bottom line. Let's go to Max in Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Max, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, Tom.
How you doing, man?
Fine. I have coffee with a couple fellas in the morning, and this one guy, I'm trying to teach him. I'm trying to get him to learn charting. I'm trying to get him to listen to your show, but haven't been able to yet.
We appreciate
that. He asked me to look at a crypto that I don't even know what the symbol is. I have think or swim. Is it Doji or Doggy or what is it?
Yeah, it would be Doggy, but it wouldn't be on any of these platforms, right?
Okay. Can you bring it up? Can I see the chart?
I would be able to bring it up quick. No. Yeah. So what is the question? The guy wants to buy it, right?
Yeah, he wants to buy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you have here is this, okay? So let's just go look at Bitcoin first, right? So, Bitcoin, folks, bottom line, people know what Bitcoin is. You're trading at 51,400. What DOG is that it's a cryptocurrency, no doubt about that. There's no limit on the number that can be pushed out. If he wants to be a gambler, well, the bottom line is that, you can buy it, 4, 5, 20 cents, whatever that is. He's throwing dice. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, I wanted to see the chart is what I wanted to see,
Well, I believe you can probably go to Coinbase and get a chart on it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be the easiest way to do that, man.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. There's no doubt, folks, okay, that we're at froth in markets, but I suspect we're going to be here for a good year. That's kind of how this seems to be shaken out. And specifically, the crypto market, along with everything else, man. I mean, the bottom line is that we're like the story that Max just had there is actually perfect, because I'm sure many of us have the same stories. I brought it up last week. You're sitting here, having a cup of coffee, you're having a beer, what happened to, and then all of a sudden you're either overhearing someone say, I got to buy this, my friends are making money in this, or I got to do this, and I got to buy this. That's what happens, folks. That's the real bottom line inside of markets when they get to these levels. What I do expect when we take a look at our broad market, the bottom line is that 1.9 trillion is going to be getting signed in the next couple weeks. You're going to see more money coming into the marketplace. Are these equities overvalued? Yeah, they're definitely overvalued. Did they come down fast and furious? Yes, they did. And what has happened here, like if we take a look at a Tesla, you're going to see the bottom line, you know, Tesla we're down off of $900, right? You're at 563. Tesla, you know, looks to me it's still going to go lower. You know, there's no Tesla like can be cut in half at about the 450 area. That being said, you can also see if we go inside of the Dow Industrials, where you got a little shift that's going on right now. They were buying these babies out here today. That also being said, it looks to me like the Dow is going to have a failure in price today, failure in volume. What that sets up is another pullback in the Dow. And when you take a look at some of these charts and you take a look at the aspect of, you know, where they can go, it's like, you know what? You can have individual stocks go down 20, 25% in a heartbeat, which Tesla has already done, a couple of the high flyers already done. And then the indice only basically, you know, go back on a minor correction into a consolidation. And when I was really looking over the weekend, I'm saying to myself, it looks to me like this thing is actually flipped into a consolidation. And when I put together the aspect of kind of where we are and how much more bread's going to come in, it's like, that's what it looks like it wants to happen, particularly because this note and bond market, I got to change both of these symbols in here. The note and bond market look to me, folks, that they're bottoming out. I believe this Wednesday, what is happening is that there's going to be another auction out here. There's going to be a huge amount of 10s that are out here, and you'll get a good feeling as to the amount of folks that basically want the 10s versus the supply versus the demand. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial's up 412. We get the NASDAQ off 270. S&P's off 5.5. If we go over and we take a look at that composite, folks, you're going to see the composite right now got up to a price point of 13,000 today. Gave it up. You're at 12,646. The low of Friday out here was laying out at the 12,397. Bottom line, that is game, and that's game in a big way. Let's go to Eddie in Boca Raton. Hey, Eddie, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Good. I think I'm good. Hey, so I talked to Tommy Jr. on Friday about Friday being a reversal day, and he told me to call you on Monday just to double check, but it seems that we went down on heavy volume and then we reversed all the way up. We got back into range. And why isn't, my question to you is, as far as timing the trade goes,
yeah,
why isn't today just retesting Friday on lower volume? So, I mean, I think we've got lower volume compared to Friday, correct?
This is the Qs, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened Friday is that you went to a lower low and you had volume, though.
Right.
And you didn't get back in the range, though. So are you watching Tiger TV right now? It's all right if you're not. I'm just. Yeah. It's the range would have been up at this like.
Okay, I'm back on. Yes.
It'd be like the 323. You see what I'm saying? This is kind of a classic. It didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
You see how that kind of is laid out now. What happens, folks, with technical analysis too? I mean, this is an art more than a science. Okay, because kind of like I'm putting this across here. You can say, hey, well, why are you putting it across there? Right?
Right.
Seriously. But you can see because it's traded there so many times. Okay. So
gotcha.
What happens there is that this does come down. It does. So this is a great question, man, because of the way that this traded, this is one of the reasons, like last night I'm sitting there looking, I'm saying to myself, you know what, man? I think we're going to get thrown into a consolidation, and it doesn't look to me like there's going to be like a real freaking disaster out here. And it's because of how this was traded. Because when you come to, like Thursday, we came down hard and fast, right? Friday, we came down hard, and then the bottom line is that it came all the way back up. I says, so now what's going on is that we tried to get to a higher high today. You're going to have a failure. I suspect we're going to go test this area. And like when you bring this across, and then we came all the way back to like the middle of November there. That's where we broke out of. So it's like, you know what, man? This thing wants to come down to that level again, meaning Friday, right? More than likely, you're going to reject lower price, and that's going to be the bottom of the consolidation also in the Qs. Drive everyone out of their mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
Now, let me just ask you before you go any further. So just comparing today's volume compared to Friday, does that tell you anything?
Yeah, it's saying that it can't hold price because it went to a higher high than Friday today.
Okay.
The volume is contracted. You see how that works?
Right.
Now, and so then the next part of that would be, and that's why I'm saying, I think it's a consolidation, because the market has been so fast, and like this failure today, it's like, we're going to go right after the lows tomorrow. When you sell, and you have high volume, and you get a little bounce, and sell, and have high volume, it's really hard to do that on a consistent basis, man.
Right, you lose the energy. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when I look at the aspect that, hey, some of these high flyers, man, they've been down, a good 20-25%, and yet the Qs are still laying at 300. It's like, okay, there's going to be some rotation that's happening here, man. Well, it's already happened, meaning that they're just buying other NDX 100 stocks that are basically keeping this at a decent level.
Gotcha. So when you say consolidation, do you mean like that you feel we might level off here and not go dramatically more downward?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And if
I like
that's
the way you feel.
if that's the case, folks, there's going to be a field day in the next 6 months. Because if we go into a consolidation, what happens, folks, is this. This is a nice wide consolidation inside of the NDX 100. So there's plenty of room to make money. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a small consolidation. And what happens is that when you're in something like this, you don't have to get the very bottom of the consolidation. You can take the risk close to the bottom. If you get a little pop that's starting, that's great. Then you got to really watch your butt as you start getting up to the top. But you can see the amount of points, okay, it's pretty dramatic. Like inside the Qs, we're talking about a 15%, consolidation. Well, that's a good sized consolidation,
right.
And
now, if it's a field day on the NDX, would you buy the Qs or you would look at individual names like Apple and Amazon?
I happen to like trading the Qs.
Right.
And it's because it's more spread out. Do you know what I'm saying?
It lowers the risk.
Yeah, it seems that it does. Right. I like that a lot more. And I think you're going to get a real shot at it too, man. That's the next couple of days. This is what it seems like. And what does happen, folks, is that when you have this much selling that was fast and furious, it's mostly just enough that you can get everyone just about enough nervous that were bulls before and saying, okay, hold it, maybe we are going to go a lot deeper, and this is the end of the run inside of the NDX 100. I'm having a hard time in my head reconciling that this market can go tremendously lower with the type of stimulus and the type of opening up that we're going to see in the United States in the next 8 weeks, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel the same way, but like you said, this market can make you believe that you're wrong.
Oh, for sure. Hey, listen, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about it.
I got to just say one last thing. It is a treasure to have TFNN every hour during the trading day, to be there to help you, to guide you, and even to give you some peace of mind, or like that somebody else is there with you while you're trading this crazy market, either up or down.
Well, listen, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, because we wouldn't be out here, folks, if we didn't have all you guys, gals, tigers and tigresses as clients, and we enjoy it every day. And the market, if we found out anything, the market teaches you every single day, man. You just have to be opened, to look at it, because I'll tell you, man, I was looking at this last night. I says, wait till I get on tomorrow morning and tell them that I think we're in a consolidation. It's going to be like, what?
Well, I like hearing that, Tom. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much.
Okay, man.
Thank you so much.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 481. NASDAQ is down 223. S&P's up 4.5. We'll come right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 492. You get the Nasdaq down at 232. S&Ps are up 3.5. Let's get over and take a look at this Dow, man. It's going to get interesting looking at how this is shaking out. She's trying to get right back up into this high. It's right next to it, man. So 31,981. If in fact, if we close up here, this only needs another 25 points, and you won't get a failure on price. We'd get the failure on volume because what we have happening out here. Let me just make sure on this indice. I believe this indice is still up on dramatically lighter volume right now. Yeah, it is. So right now you're at 870 million. And you're going to be banging out about 1.5 to 1.6 billion. So that baby is not going to basically hold on to price out here. GameStop, you talk about the fury in the market. The whole bottom line. Whoever thought GameStop would be up to the 200s again? We hit 210 out here today, folks. You're at 190. So this thing inside of GameStop, inside of the aspect that you have the retail trader going after equities that have a high percentage of short positions in the float is not going to stop. And, some of your homework that you want to be doing out there is that, if you happen to be in, I'm not talking about trading GameStop, I'm talking about in general, there are definitely stocks that, people like that have higher positions, meaning 7, 10, 15% short positions. If you happen to be in one of those stocks and your chart looks good, you think the setup looks good, you could be in pretty good shape, because what tends to happen in market runs in general, as soon as the market catches on to how you can basically start moving stuff, it stays out here for a while. It just doesn't disappear. That's the real bottom line. It just does not disappear. Let's get over and take a look at the GDX out here. So inside of the GDX, folks, what you have, of course, is that this is the gold miners trust. These are all the large caps. Okay, this is Newmont, Barrick, Franco-Nevada, Newcrest, Wheaton, Kirkland, Anglo Gold. Bottom line is that we have a situation that the physical gold market continues lower. Equity gold market is now right back, and this is a classic time in the trade, folks. This is right back to the breakout area of March. And it's come back to this area, and it's come back with dramatically lighter volume. So now the kicker is, are you going to get a rejection of lower price? That's kind of how this whole thing shakes out. You get plenty of articles out there that, we had Max calling about Dogecoin. And Dogecoin, by the way, folks, and Max, Tommy sent me an email that you can get the charts on Robinhood. So if you go over to Robinhood, the bottom line is that you'll be able to go get those charts. That being said, when you do, so on a daily basis, you get these things, meaning the gold and silvers, coming back into breakout areas, tremendously lighter volume. You don't have a clear rejection of lower price yet. That's what we do not have out there. That's what we do need. Now, when you get a rejection of lower price, folks, this is what normally happens. This is the scenario, 1, 2, 3. You come down, you get a rejection of lower price. Then you get a choppy market. You build cause for a bit. You're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When I say back and forth, it can be back and forth off bottoms. You keep everyone, the market keeps everyone on edge. Then all of a sudden, something flips around, and what do you get? The bottom line is you get a sign of strength. Let's go over and take a look at the copper market, because what I want to show you inside this copper market last week was amazing, okay? Bottom line inside of copper, and this copper market is continuous to say that the commodity market, bottom line, is in a bull and is continuing to higher price. We had copper get into a price point a week and a half ago of $432 a pound. You came down Thursday, was vicious. If you're ever in the copper market, you went from $415 to $384. We flipped right around the following day. Now, and what was also going on, that was a sign of strength where it was coming into, but that move on Thursday, and then the second one, okay, on Friday, very unusual, folks. When I mean unusual, it's very hard to basically, first off, come down hard, have volume behind the move, and then you don't get follow through, and you go topside, and you have volume on the move, okay? That's telling me that, guess what? We're going to chop around here for a bit, and that is also saying that we are going to be basically running once again for the all-time high, which is 464 inside of the copper market. Let's go to K. Rico, and he's probably in, I don't know. Well, let's find out where he is, man. He's in Costa Rica last time I talked to him. Hey, K. Rico, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom. Hi. Can you hear me? I'm okay. I'm in Costa Rica, but my connection's not that good. But can you hear me?
You sound like you're right next to me, man.
Wow. Okay, I'm breaking up on my end, so I apologize if we get disconnected. Tom, I had to call you today because I got goosebumps in the middle of the night last night when I realized that 10 years ago today, around this very same time, on March 8th of 2011, I called you and I told you that the research that I've been doing on earthquakes, that something was going to happen because of an antipode that was happening across the diametrically opposite area of Japan. And I didn't know when the earthquake was going to happen. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I said the earthquake is very near. Tom, can you imagine? It was 10 years ago today when I called you. And it feels like it was maybe a month ago.
Yeah, and for all the new listeners out here, folks, this was a phenomenal deal. There's no doubt. I remember it well. My producer is saying he remembers the call. The scary thing is that it was 10 years ago, K. Rico.
Yeah, that's how I got goosebumps last night, because I'm like thinking, holy cow, I was in my 60s when I called you, now I'm in my 70s.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I'm staying alive, but, you know, and now it's really interesting. I'm living in a very old 4-story wooden Hotel. It's
Okay.
100 years old. It's right in the center of in the central San Jose, in the capital. There are tremors going on underneath this country, this territory every day. I sit in bed and I feel tremors, and there's no trucks going by to shake the house. It's absolutely amazing. I'm not scared, but it makes me aware of how powerful Mother Nature is. And I just want to add one other thought. I just have, from my simple research, I feel like there's going to be something happening in Wyoming having to deal with Yellowstone National Park and that volcano under Old Faithful.
Well,
I just feel
folks, there is your TFNN National Geographic update by our man K. Rico. We don't fool around here, man. K. Rico, thank you so much, man.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay right there, folks. Come right
Sharpening
back.
your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 408. NASDAQ is down 264. S&Ps are off 6.5. Let's go take a look at a couple of the big NASDAQ stocks. So if you're looking for some kind of a bounce out here, folks, as I said, I think the NASDAQ's going to go a little bit lower, but not a whole bunch. Amazon couldn't hold price today. Amazon gets the 3,000 and what is that number? 3,064. Gives it up. What you have out here with Amazon right now, 2671. Amazon looks to me like 2671 is game. If we go to Google, we take a look at Google, what you're going to see inside Google. Google today down $78. Now, Google, folks, has been one of the strongest stocks there. What it did today is this. It got to a higher high, had lighter volume, and gave it up on price. That's saying that Google wants to go back to the last breakout area it had, and the last breakout area in Google was 1934, and you're at 2027. We go to Microsoft. We're going to these king dogs quick, so you can basically balance where the king dogs are versus where the NDX is. If you go to Microsoft, you're going to see that's down $4. Bottom line, you get a high volume low from last week. That also wants to go back to its breakout area. That breakout area is the 226. And then if we go to Netflix, Netflix looks to me like it just bottomed out. You know, Netflix has been down. That thing rolled over faster than the marketplace. That is from $5.93. You're out here at $4.94. It had a monster gap. And you can see the contraction in Netflix is huge. And it also, this looks like a bearish candle, folks. That's a bullish candle. That's called a last engulfing. A last engulfing is when you get to a higher high, you close at a lower low after a downtrend. Bottom line, hold on for consolidations, man. This is going to be a fun market to trade for, looks like kind of months to come. That's how this thing is shaking out. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Everything you need, folks, is right inside you. Grab it and have a blast with it. Come back and visit us tomorrow. Please tell your friends about TFNN. Tell